excellent mealtime experience does not just start with the food that's on your plate in front of you. It's about the environment the patient's eating it in, it's about the smiley face that they get served it to, and those all come together to ensure that the patients get an excellent mealtime experience every time.
In line with the principle of the NHS National Standards for Food and Drink, we work collaboratively with our clinical teams to find innovative ways of being able to improve the patient experience and also support the patient flow. Our research shows that those patients who have a positive experience are also able to get better quicker and also leave the hospital sooner.
The National Food Standards are a combination of best practice guidance and mandatory requirements. They're designed to ensure that NHS food is high quality, it's nutritious and it meets the patient needs. The last 9 yards are highlighted in the NHS Food Standards because they recognise that it's not just about the food that the patient's eating. It starts with the car parking attendant that gave you a friendly hello when you weren't sure where to park when you arrived here. It's the lovely volunteer that welcomed you into the trust and pointed you on your way so you were confident you were ending up in the right place. And those all come together to mean that when the meal does land in front of you, you're starting your mealtime with a smile on your face.
We research, gather and assess each step of the patient journey to ensure we were able to obtain the maximum positive impact. As we gather feedback from digital surveys and in-person conversation between our patient ambassadors and patients as well as clinical teams. And this rich data enable us to make a difference to patient experience in the moment.
We work with the FM team very, very closely. I think we recognise very early on that in order for our patients to get the best experience they can and the best outcomes within their care, we need to work together as a multidisciplinary team. It's not just the clinical care that actually impacts on the patient's journey, it's our non-clinical, the input from our domestic teams.
It's so important that we get FM services right because actually they're the little things that can really make a difference in a patient's day. That could be the cleaner that made sure that your bed space was safe, one of our lovely housekeepers who made you a cup of tea and said good morning to you, or whether that is the catering team who provide them with a nutritious meal. They sound like the simple things, but if you don't get them right, they can really impact on how a patient feels during their day. Food's delivered in our hospital in so many ways. That can be inpatients having their breakfast, their lunch and their supper. That can be an outpatient that's having a cup of tea and a biscuit before their appointment. It could be a relative who's waiting for someone to come out of an appointment and wants to have their lunch before they do a long journey home. There's an importance to know your patient before you start to feed them. And that means that for a patient who is a long stay patient, who's with us for sometimes upwards of 6 months, we can't treat them in the same way that we do a patient that might only be here for 3 days.
So food is such an important part of our long stay cohort of patients. They are here with us for such a long time, and if they are, then that means they're probably having to deal with life-changing injuries, and food may be the only thing that they have control over.
For those longer stay patients, we need to consider that mealtimes, however nice they are, can be boring, and so if we can offer options to them like a curry night or some hot chocolates and cake on a Friday afternoon to cheer them up, that's something that can really make a difference to them when otherwise they're having the same meals day after day after day.
We continuously review the patient dining experience as well as all of the initiatives that we have, and that is to ensure that we have continuous improvement. This ongoing analysis has led us to really create some interesting initiatives, such as the 24/7 deli, the welcome guide and flexible dining. One of the key areas of focus within the NHS National Standards for Food and Drinks is really focusing on the importance of providing staff with hot and nutritious food around the clock. This is why we have introduced an automated 24/7 deli, which offers staff and visitor great quality of choice and food. So whether it is 1 o'clock in the afternoon or 1 o'clock in the morning, they will be offered the same experience. The 24/7 deli offers great choices. It also offers a selection of hot meals that are tailored for all tastes and needs. The 24/7 deli is a first within the UK, and it has been positively received by staff, patients and visitors alike. The digital welcome guide is empowering patients with information at their fingertips so that they can feel much more at ease in such an unfamiliar environment. The welcome guide has been purposely designed as an easy-to-use website accessible via QR code at their bedside. Patients can view all available menus and they can take time to review their options. They have access to key information about the hospital and ward routines, including who's looking after them. Patients can share their feedback digitally and can arrange for a visit from a patient ambassador to assist them by improving their experience in the moment. Not only does the welcome guide improve patient experience, but it also aids staff. 56% of clinical teams spend over an hour answering non-clinical queries. By introducing the welcome guide, this has substantially reduced, allowing clinical team to spend more time offering clinical care as well as pastoral care.
We pride ourselves in excellent patient experience and feedback, but always acknowledging there is room for improvement, and actually for services to develop and expand, we always do need to keep that improvement ongoing.
Following the NHS Chef of the Year competition, I'm going to put a plan together so that wards have access to food 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, that they can easily feed to the patients.
The things I would like to develop and work on, I would like to copy from Sophie's legacy. So there's about a young girl who sadly passed away from cancer, and one of her dying wishes was to improve hospital food for kids and making sure that their parents get fed as well, because if their parents are not getting fed, they're going to be tired and not be able to look after the kids.
The proof is in the pudding for some of our outpatient initiatives. We've topped the CQC inpatient survey for 17 of the last 18 years, and we consistently get great feedback from our patients. And more than anything, that's what our cooks and our catering team value. The end goal for us is always for patients to be happy and be fed.
As an NHS partner, we want to ensure that all hospitals have access to these initiatives, and we would gladly assist them to be able to find out more information or to help them implement them at site. So please do contact us.